That made a difference. Oh God, okay. Welcome guys, and in today's video, we're gonna be taking a look at Stencil Solutions. I wanna figure out what's the best, which one lasts the longest, what's the worst, where should I put my money? So I went online real quick and found just the top 10 or so that came up. Alright, here we go. We're starting off with Speed Stick. Now you can pick up one of these Speed Sticks for $1 or $2 depending on where you're looking for them. Now here I applied the Speed Stick to the paper towel and then the paper towel to the skin. It creates a lack of cross-contamination. You don't want to wipe it onto one person and then go ahead and wipe it onto another person. So we put it on a paper towel, then onto the skin. Okay, so we're gonna give it 5 minutes from this point to run our tests. Now, while that one's currently getting its 5 minutes of drying time, I'm gonna throw the Dettol one on as well. So let's get to it. Okay, next up is Dettol. Now Dettol I got on eBay. It was a little harder to find. I picked up 550 milliliters of this for $17.89 with free delivery. And I can tell you that's quite a bit. Same thing here, I applied the Dettol to a paper towel and then rubbed that onto the skin. Next up is Essential Values. I got 8 ounces of this for $14.99, and that is not a bad price for 8 ounces. Assuming it works well, we'll have to find out, but price-wise, not bad. So our Speed Stick just hit the 5 minute mark. So how this is gonna go is I'm gonna wipe it with a dry towel first, see what happens. So I'm gonna wipe it with a wet towel the same way, using just distilled water. Finally, I'm gonna take a towel with some green soap and scrub it and just see how it feels and how it comes off. First, looking at this tattoo, stencil, it looks very solid, very hard, which is really good for Speed Stick. I mean, it's pulling that purple in. But I will say, if you look at a few of these compared to each other, you're losing a lot of these fine details in here. It just kind of appears to be one purple, area. Vice over here where you got each little line shown. Anyhow, that's just my first thoughts when looking at it, but let's give it a dry wipe. I'm gonna stretch the skin out a little bit. Okay, no doubt we're getting purple. It has a lot of purple on it. I mean, it really absorbed a lot of that ink. But that's not always the best thing in the world. So again, we'll wipe it 1, 2, and 3 times. 3 hard wipes. I can still see that stencil. I could potentially still work it, but I'm not in love with it. Now again, it's only been 5 minutes. I recommend 15 minutes, but we're testing at 5 just to see how they work. Okay, now we got some water. Let's come over here to this side. Over here, we're gonna give it a hard wipe. Picking up a lot of that ink. Let's fold it over. Let's do it again. Water, wipe. It seems to be about the same as it would be with the dry towel. I don't see a whole lot of difference as far as wiping goes. Now I have green soap on the towel. I'm going to rub it on there and hope to see how much I can wipe off. A lot of green soap on there. And there you go. You can still see the stencil. You could potentially still make it happen. But let's see how it compares to the rest. Moving on to the next one, we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to wipe it harshly. Wow. I'm really pushing on that there. Okay, that's not bad. That's holding up pretty decent. I'm going to take that little bit of water, same spot. Maybe we'll come over here. All right, a little bit of water. I'll kind of get it moving there. But if you can see down in here, it's still very visible. Very visible. You can see the different shades of purple. You could still absolutely get this job done. Nice. Green soap, same thing. We're just gonna rub it. Yeah. Hey, oh yeah, we're taking some purple off. But so far, I can absolutely still see my stencil, and it is still crisp. It's still nice. I can work with that. Dettol. So Speed Stick, Dettol. Again, I have no experience with Dettol Essential Values. I used Speed Stick back in the beginning when I was tattooing. That's all I knew. But moving on. So let's give this a wipe. Okay. We're definitely pulling a bit more ink. All right. Let's take the wet rag, give that a few wipes, and we'll wipe it again. Okay, my thoughts on this is not bad. I can still see my stencil after 5 minutes. Here we go with the green soap. We're giving it a good rub down there. And yeah, I have to say, the essential values is looking good, solid, and for the money, not bad at this point. Is it scientifically perfect? Of course not. Next up, we have Electrum. Now you can pick up an 8-ounce bottle of this for about $20, $21, depending on where you get it. And the pricing for all these is going to vary, again, depending on where you get this at. So for most of these products, you kind of want to put them on, rub them in really good. Once they start to get a little tacky and it's not super thick, you don't want a really thick layer on there. You want it absorbed into the skin and a little bit tacky. Once you hit that point, that's the best time to put on the stencil. Electrum had like a really sticky feel to it, which I thought was really cool since, I mean, we're trying to stick a stencil to the skin, and especially when you're going around large areas, it's nice when it's a little sticky and it will hold the stencil down. And I thought this did a really nice job of that. Okay, we're starting the timer now, and we're gonna start putting the other one on, and when this one's ready, we're gonna get back on that. But right off the bat, this looks really crisp, really nice. Next up, we have Viking-Ink stencil. You can pick up a 4-ounce bottle of this for about $12. Now this stuff here has a very thin feel to it, very like baby oily. Again, don't know if it has any difference in how it comes out or whatnot, but it definitely has a very thin feel to it. Okay, here we go. It is a little hard here using so many different stencil solutions. Some are really thin and some don't dry as well. So some of it could be my error in applying these stencils. Like something like this. I don't know if this was me applying it incorrectly, not letting it dry, get tacky enough before I applied the stencil. It seemed a little too wet. And that could be why I'm getting this sort of splotchy looking stencil. Nonetheless, it's not my favorite. Didn't feel good going on. Again, those are just my thoughts so far on these two. So it's been 5 minutes. We're gonna give the Electrum a go here. Again, dry paper towel. Stretch the skin out a little bit. Come in here and wipe. Okay. Seems to be the expected amount. Alright. Let's try a little bit of water. Okay. Yep, we're definitely getting a heavy amount wiping off, but I can still see what's going on under there, and it seems pretty decent. Like, I can see what is happening. Sure, there's a lot of purple, and I hope you guys can see through that and see that the detail is still there. Oh yeah, we're getting plenty of that ink off. And if you guys are enjoying this video or getting any value out of this at all, do me a favor and give it a like. Really appreciate it. Not too bad, but I'm gonna keep wiping at this one a little bit. I'm amazed. I'm hitting it really hard with some green soap, and I can still see what's going on. Essential values, I can still see what's going on there. Dettol. So far, we're off to a great start. So here is the Viking one. Now again, I'm not a huge fan of how it looks right now. It could have been me. But nonetheless, let's start wiping. Now I'm wiping aggressively. And already though, the problem that I'm seeing is that it's hard to differentiate what is what. So we'll hit it with a little water. Maybe that'll make it easier. Let's come over here. Yeah, you're better off wiping with oh crap. Uh-oh. Okay, we're really losing the stencil here. Okay, so I'm going to stop there with that because I don't think we're getting anywhere fast, at least nowhere in that we want to be. So I'll hit it with the green soap just to keep it consistent, and we'll see what we get. Green soap, wipe. Oh yeah, we're getting some pigment off there, or at least some of this ink. And again, wiping. Yeah, I don't know, it just leaves a little lackluster. I'm not a huge fan of this. Again, could be the way I applied it. But nonetheless, we're moving on. Next up, we have Anchored. Now you can pick up an 8-ounce bottle of Anchored for around $20. Next up, we have Recovery Stencil Lock. You can pick up an 8-ounce bottle of this for about $24. Now we have Stencil Stuff. You can pick up a 4-ounce bottle of Stencil Stuff for around $11. These are pretty solid. All three of these seem pretty solid. The stencils seem to be detailed. I can see them well. I don't see anything crazy going on with these three right here. Maybe I'm a little biased, but currently I'm leaning towards Stencil Stuff. Just it's a little more vibrant, very crisp, but then again, they are all quite crisp. Okay, the first one hit its 5-minute mark. That's going to be anchored. So let's find out how that one does. So we're going to hit it with that dry towel. Ooh. Oh. You know what? It's not a ton being wiped off of here. There's a little bit more. Getting pretty aggressive here. Okay, let's try some water. A little bit of water on the towel. Okay. It's wiping it, but I can still very much see what's going on there. Not bad. Green soap. Give it a good hard wipe. Oh yeah, we're taking some ink off there. But even wiping really freaking hard, I can still see that stencil. I can still see that stencil. Just like over here, I can still see these. I can still see that one. Recovery just hit its 5 minutes. So again, dry paper towel, wipe, wipe, kind of aggressively wiping. All right. Seems pretty consistent. All right, let's hit it with a little bit of that water. And wipe it. Okay. All right. So far here, I'm noticing just a little bit that the purples, the tones are starting to become similar, which makes it pretty hard to see what's what, but I can definitely still see what's happening here. Green soap on the towel, and we're gonna give that a healthy wipe and oh, not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, you know what? That's holding up pretty dang well, too. Not bad. Not bad at all. In fact, maybe it's holding up a little better. But it's hard to tell, guys, because this is science without being real science. I don't know if I wiped that one 3 times and the other one 4 times. I'm trying to be consistent, but you just never know. Application can be different, a lot of things. But I want you guys to be able to see in real time how this looks so you can make the decision for yourself if this is something you want to buy or not. Okay, and now we're on to Stencil Stuff. It hit its 5 minutes, so let's see how it does. Okay, big pushy wipes. Come on, Stencil Stuff. Fail me. I want to find something better than you. Not that I don't like it, but it's always great when you like something and then you find something that works even better. Alright, it's holding up well thus far. Let's hit it with the water. Highly sedated, intoxicated, we're automated and overpopulated. We're all fish in a stream. It's holding up pretty well. I'm happy with it. It's solid. This is what I'm used to. So pretty usual here. This is looking good. Green soap and see how it reacts. Give it a good hard wipe. Definitely picking up ink or whatever this is. And wipe it again. Yeah, still looking good. Scrub it up over there a little bit. And yeah, I can definitely still read this tattoo. Definitely still see where things are at. The details are still visible. Now we have Stencil Gel, also called Illusionist Tattoo Stencil Transfer Gel. and you can pick up an 8-ounce bottle of this for about $20. All right, not bad looking, not bad, not bad. Next we have Spirit, and you can pick up a 4-ounce bottle of Spirit for about $11. Now I know there's a lot more stencil solutions out there that I have not messed with, not in this video, but I hope that the 10 we looked at here give you some options, make you think a little bit about what you're using and maybe what you want to try to use. It's all about trying different things, seeing what works, and then really just seeing what works for you. Oh yeah, looks good too. Nice. Now we're gonna tattoo all these. Just kidding. Okay, we've reached our 5-minute mark on the Stencil Gel. So again, we're gonna take a dry towel on this side and give it a good wipe. My goodness. We're not really getting much wipe off there at all. All right, let's hit it with some wet. Oh crap, okay. That made a difference. Oh God, okay. All right. This was really impressive there, the first 2 wipes. I was like, oh, heck yeah. But once I get a little bit of moisture on there, it just fell apart quite quickly. I'm going to hit it with the green soap. We're going to see what happens. Maybe we can clean it up. Maybe some will shine through. We'll find out. Green soap. That side you can see okay, clearly, somewhat. But the other side... oh man, I would hate to work on that with that stencil. It's almost not there. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that so we can see. Not our best choice, but again, was it applied perfectly? Who knows. Nonetheless, that's that one. Let's get into Spirit because it's about to hit its 5 minutes. Again, we got the dry part of the towel. I'll make sure. Yep. All right. See, this is about what we're normally used to seeing. We get that, you know, harsh purple there. So let's hit it with a little bit of water. See how it works. Okay. All right, we're giving this some broad strokes here with the water. And the difference here, though, is you can still kind of see what's going on behind there. It's not perfect, but it's definitely better than what we had going on here. So let's hit it with some green soap and sort of see what happens. Some green soap on there. And you know what? That is not terrible either. I can see what's going on in there. Again, here not so much. But nonetheless, this isn't too bad down here. While a speed stick is cheap, I wouldn't say it's the best. I also got a double print on the other side. It was just too much. Dettol really surprised me. What great value for money at $18. Ton of it. Essential Values also came in strong. Electrum, extra sticky. Viking, not so good. I would probably just stay away from that one. Anchored, also extremely readable. Great value. Recovery, great value. And Stencil Stuff, also a really great value for what you're getting, and they're all priced about the same. Stencil Gel, I don't know, I would just stay away from it. Maybe that's just me. Spirit, not bad, but I also think there's better out there. Looking at all of them, I'm gonna give you more of my thoughts, so let's go. So with all that said, I thought I would say, what stencil solutions would I use? Of all that I tried, there are plenty that I would use. I would use Dettol, I would use Essential Values, I would use Electrum, Anchored, Recovery, Stencil Stuff. Obviously, I have a lot of experience with Stencil Stuff, but I'm going to try to use some of these other products that I just named because I thought they were really good, and I'd like to see how they work more long-term. So products that I wouldn't use, just being honest, has got to be Viking, Stencil Gel, Spirit, Speed Stick. Those were the ones I wouldn't use. I don't know, again, if that was application purposes failing me there, but I just wasn't interested. The Speed Stick gave me a double print, and it's just not great for wrapping around things. Is it good value for money? Sure, it's okay, but I don't think you're really getting the value you're going to want long term. And the best bang for your buck, really, if you're on a budget, has got to be Dettol. 550 milliliters for like $18 is not bad. So which product do you think performed best? In the comments below, guys, let me know which one you thought did the best. And until next time, peace.